Micah 2 verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. First, I want to start by saying Kalalal Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash, which is to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. I also want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of James Street Stone, and to you, I can just pushing this truth in sincerity, though full elect. Shalom. This is brother Kanan from James, Jamaica. You're the quick lesson, and this lesson is based on a video that a brother shared. I mean, it's an old video, just been, resurfacing or, just highlighting, and it's basically matching back with the time that we are now in, where we're seeing this so-called attempt of mass deportation. And in this deportation, you can mainly see that it's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are basically being targeted. Other nations, so to speak, are involved, but really and truly it's around our people. But this video is basically who is the true immigrants of the Americas? Who is the true foreigners or violence producers basically of this region? All right? Because the persons that are basically painting the story, are painting this narrative, are behaving as if they are saints and they are just, and that this place belongs to them, and that they have the God-given right and morals and laws to basically operate and to decide how things work. Now, I'm going to play a few videos and get into a few scriptures. Now, we're going to dissect a few of it. But, it's basically going to show you that these men know for a fact that they are wrongfully here. They are wrongfully in charge. But they want to keep you ignorant and to tell you all the time to forget these things, because they know that it is your right. Even though over years was referred to the land our captivity, this the Native Americans and the Indians, the Israelites, they were the ones over here, living over here, before Christopher Columbus and his criminals came over here, raped, robbed, murdered, and spoiled the people. And the genocide didn't just stop there. So I'm gonna play some of the video. I'm gonna play the video and play another one of the video. And we're gonna dissect it, as I said. So let me just get into it. All right.
So Governor Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed legally to be the quote-unquote sanctuary city. And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city of Houston illegally. They're allowed to stay. There is only so much that our law enforcement officers are willing to do, that the DEA is willing to do, that the border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't we go after those that are here? Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that on a state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But Matt, my problem with this is, why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have been here for generations and decades. And Matt, trying to get...
All right, pause. Let's dissect that first. First, let's put context. This is about 8 years ago. Again, it's an old video, but again, it's relevant in the time period that we're here. Seeing that the Colombians were, hit with SOCA, or they were going to hit Colombia with tariffs if they didn't take away these take back their so-called immigrants, or take back their people. And I mean, the same is going for Caribbean islands. And I mean, and Jamaica is not exempt from that. So all these things are taking place. But the point is that they're talking about tax and these laws that they would have created, and why are they paying? Why would you want them to pay tax nonetheless? The land belongs to them. I mean, that's the main point of everything. But just to continue in this bullshit conversation that they have, because they were captured, conquered, and now basically being run and ruled by these oppressors, they are under taxation and all of these things. So let's continue the conversation.
Rid of 4, 5, or 3 million people all at once is not going to work. We don't have the resources.
We don't have to do it all at once.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start that.
This all belongs to them. So they're only coming home.
Don't start that nonsense. Is it not factual that that's their land that your people stole from them? Don't start that nonsense, because the truth is you cannot debate it, and the truth is you're gonna try to divert from it. You're gonna try to evade it. You're not gonna want to have the conversation, because the truth is your people, your ancestors did something evil, and you know that it is evil, and you're benefiting from it, and now you're pretending as if you are high and mighty and all holy, and trying to oppress the descendants of those people that you said that you claim that you were sorry for what your ancestors did. For some of you don't even say you're sorry, but some of you pretend as if you're sorry. You know what I mean?
And then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrant.
So let's start with the things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here.
Let's see if him gonna say they are not immigrants and that the land belongs to them. He's not going to say that. You know what I mean? But I know he's good. Even if I didn't watch the video, I know he's not going to say that, right? But let's continue. He's not going to say that. He's not going to defend that, because he cannot defend that, because it is already documented that this holiday that they're celebrating, which is Christopher Columbus Day, is genocide. They're celebrating a rapist, a murderer, and this is what they promote in schools. Imagine you telling your children to celebrate a rapist, a murderer. This is America for you. This is the hypocrite of the world that says to other country, hey, take these immigrants, or take these people that are fleeing from their country for whatever persecution they're fleeing from. When some of the times that them are the same one that are causing these persecution in their own these people country, for them to flee and not telling other countries to take them. And the world is looking and seeing America's dirty jaws, yo. Let's continue.
They're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? They're not paying taxes.
Matt,
nobody
they
knows
are
who the
paying
heck they are. No, they're not
taxes,
paying any taxes.
Matt, when they buy a product, they pay a tax.
Tax is just an example that you are a slave. That's what tax is. They're not paying any taxes. Then, man, figure any taxes, yo. Tax is bullshit. They're not paying tax and living good, because it's what the land belonged to them. They were the true owners of the land.
On it.
Let's continue.
When they buy a car, they pay a tax on it.
You come into this country illegally. That is a law that you're breaking. And that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look, Matt, that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this?
Pause again. What the compassion that you people keep having is trusting these evil people. That is the compassion that you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans keep having. You are trusting these evil people that they are going to be fair and square, and that you're going to unite as one and sing one love like Bob Marley, and sing like Michael Jackson about we are the world, we are the people. This bull crap shit. This is what you people keep doing. Having compassion for your enemies. When your enemies are always going to be your enemies. Alright? And then when they take over and take. Let me read the scripture. I'm gonna pause and read the scripture. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. Sorry, chapter 2. Yeah, chapter 12. And let's start from it. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man's enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and grow crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. What did they do? Accept them in there, set them by them, and guess what? They overthrow them and know who's in their place. Who is taking over, who's running America now? Who is the rulers of America now? Who's telling you that, hey, you cannot come here, or you can come here, or you can get document, or you cannot get document? Who is doing that? Why did it happen? Because they trust the friggin' demon themselves. They trust the enemy. And the enemy has no remorse, no care how much of them see on TV attack, and they have just look at how the man have to look on him because they have no compassion. No, you see the man sitting and look on him for a couple of seconds, and look and listen to him attack and say, so where is the compassion that they had for you? Can you see that they have no him see him see the cruelness of this evil man beside him. He must see how cruel and how lack of remorse or lack of any form of care or empathy or nothing at all towards how them treat the people them. Have none. There's none, yo. And people are so blind and dumb and caught up in these bull crap. Let's continue. It says, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. He says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And though at the last, remember my words and be pricked therewith. Right now, I want to prick and I hear the word right now if you not hear it. You see me? And it's a cut to know because that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what our people did. They love to love the enemy. Let's play some more.
What do you keep going back?
They let you all come in.
What are you going back?
And you came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start.
Trump
start
called
bringing up
Mexicans
history and
rapists.
try and
He
explain
called
what's
them
going on
criminals.
today.
Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. Well, the biggest illegal criminal ever coming to America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country.
I don't give a damn.
What
You notice him not talk about nothing. When the man a point out to him what he's just talking about now, and him not care about what happened back then, that hey, you rob the people them and you're oppressing the people them. He don't care about that at all.
It's going to happen when they come to rob your house?
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came here illegally and stole all of this and now want to blame them before only coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to that.
This is a real city.
Just keep having babies, and at the end of the day, you'll run everything in Texas. Just keep having babies.
Now you understand why I got to come here every single week, and I gotta go after this man and maybe get through that thick skull one day.
In 20 years, you're gonna be the minority in Texas.
That just soaking in head. In 20 years, you're gonna be the minority in Texas. This is their biggest fear. This is their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is to be ruled and run or to become slaves unto you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to be servants unto you, because they know that at this point you are their servant. They know that you're below them at this point in status. They know all of these things, but they can pretend as if everything is cool. And then you're sitting beside me on a stock show, but they know that they have more benefits and privilege to them that they can say certain things. and get away as well because it's their kingdom. Right? And so the man tell him that, look here, in 20 years, they're going to be more than you. All right? And the fact that they're going to be more than you, this so-called democracy crap that you know fake and pretend, which is bullshit anyways. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know? That's what he's saying, and that is hitting him in the reality. But the so-called elites have, they know this shit. So they have their plan for that. Not getting to that, no. Alright? I'm going to play a next one of this video. You know what I mean? Let me, before I play that part, let me just read this. This is, I don't have to read, let me just quote it, right? It's the same shit that the Egyptians thought about when time we were in Egypt, right? We were going through hardcore, we were there, you know what I mean? And we were getting more and more, we were growing, increasing, being fruitful, because that's what we are. We are fruitful people, the nation of Israel. The Lord blessed us that way. And we just keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And if all of us were to come together as the entire nation of Israel, we are more than everybody else. Alright? So, yes, they know that you guys are multiplying faster than them, which is why Planned Parenthood came about, because it was never designed for so-called white people. Them basically claim to say, yo, we are animals and we breed like animals technically. You know what I mean? I have no control over ourselves. When the Lord blessed us with that, they look at it as a curse to us because it's dangerous to them. More than them, it's dangerous to them. Let me. So, what did the Egyptian decide to do? To basically task us and give us more hard laborious work to continue to do more and more and more. You know what I mean? Till them decide to, yo, we need to cut off them people. They see that the sons of them, you know. Because technically, if we work out in a war, you know, them are going to enough of that way, and them are going to join force with our enemies and overthrow us. If we join force with them, they are okay with that. But they fear that we might go against them because they know that we are not friends. They are not our friends. They don't accept us truly as friends. And our naive people don't get that as yet. Alright? So they always have that. So of course, come on, serve in the army, man. Them happy if you come and serve in the army because you know that you're a servant and a service to them. But they fear if you were to ever form some form of collision against them. You know what I mean? And why would they be afraid? You know? That's just natural. But you people don't seem to ever think that they can farm against you. So you always trust them and think that they are your helper. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright? So that video finished. Alright, pause. Let's get to the next video. Alright, so the next one shouldn't be that long either. Alright, so this one here, I'll show you. I'm going to point out something to you. Like every time.
So the bill has hit Governor Abbott's desk and has been signed by Governor Abbott. Basically, the anti-sanctuary city bill has been passed and is now law. And what that bill says is that if local law enforcement or state police view a criminal activity afoot, they make a stop on that state crime, and then they can inquire into the status of an individual's residence. Are they a lawful U.S. citizen? Are they here with a green card? Are they a permanent resident alien? Or are they here illegally without documentation? And if they are here illegally without that documentation, then the feds can get involved and then they can take it from there. I think this is a fantastic law. It is time to start enforcing the laws that are on the books instead of the state and local officials legislating from their own little tiny offices.
It's an awful law because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. This law was written into existence by Governor Abbott to specifically go after a said group of demographics here in the state of Texas. Secondly, it is awful that we want to call them illegal immigrants to where if a cop does not do his job according to this law, he can be charged and arrested, and the cities can be given a $25,000 fine per day. Well, we'll put a cop in jail for not asking somebody's immigrant status, but we won't put cops in jail for shooting and killing unarmed black people.
That's not true. And
Thirdly,
that's way
I think
too
it's
far of a step.
awful to
Murder
call
is
them-
against the law.
Yeah, but it's like when you kill black people and you're a cop. See, the problem in America in this state
What about
is
the Dallas case where that cop was just
because
charged
there
with
was
murder?
video to show he was
So
absolutely
you can't
lying.
make these broad
No,
statements. It's just
because
simply not
often
true.
there's video, ma'am, where we are killed by cops and nobody ever goes to jail. Ask Eric Garner's family that. Ask the family right there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brother Alton Sterling's family.
But your
they're not
statement
getting
is not
justice. So
correct,
video don't mean nothing
Quanell.
for us.
Your
But let's get
statement's
back
not
to the
correct.
immigrants. I would say to the Hispanic and Mexican community, what you got to do now, hook up with the black community and unite in political power, because of Mexicans, black people unite in Texas, we can control the governor, we can control the lieutenant governor, and we can control politics in Texas, period. I'm saying to Latino brothers and sisters, don't fight them by yourself. If you hook up with black people and we unite, I'm telling you, we can run Texas and then pass laws to deal with those who hate us.
You're advocating for criminal activity, Quanell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what our ancestors did, what many Mexicans have done.
Wait a minute.
Many. Don't interrupt me.
No. Wait a minute. And this is where the argument's gonna get hot. Because you just say where your ancestors them do that people for do. If people for really take your word for what you just say, then people for just run into America and just start slaughter certain people. Because that is exactly what your people did to conquer America and the Americas. You know what I mean? So you're talking but not thinking about what you're talking because you're living in a delusional state. You're trying to take yourself from the true reality of what took place then, and when it is brought up and reminded to you, then you're going to try to dodge it and to put it aside like, oh, this shouldn't be what we're talking about, because the truth hurts and it is damning to you and your people.
Ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors.
Listen.
They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, California, belongs to Mexicans.
Quanell, get back
it was
to the
stole from them.
You tell me.
Get back to the point. Get back to the point. And see, she turned and look on the camera because she is caught. Let me play a look back. Right? These things are clear and straight. And again, remember, these are little older videos, but they are still factual and still to this day needful, because you see what is being done right now and you see how the rhetoric and the behavior and the mindset of the people that are pushing for this agenda. And these dumb people, and I mean I have to call people dumb because these people always believe in these people as their savior. And I mean, oh, Donald Trump. The Mexicans say Donald Trump. The Latinos community say that another. Yeah, we love the Latinos. Come on. The narrative is this mindset, this whole game that they are playing is played out, yo. It's played out. It is the same thing over and over. Repetition. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you know. Yeah, you can't get tricked over and over the same trick. You're stupid for being tricked the same way over and over. Not learning from your ancestors, not learning from your foreparents and seeing what they went through. You're being silly and naive, and it's because you become subjected to your master. You become this Willardin syndrome take hold on you. You know what I mean?
This is Arizona, California belongs to Mexicans.
Quanell, get back
it was
to the
stole from them.
You tell me to get back to the point.
They came
No. You're not being fair to me here. You say stay on topic. I say, okay, we'll stay on topic. And then as soon as we start talking about illegal immigration, you go back to the black issue. Let's stay on topic.
Your ancestors are the master illegal immigrants.
Give me the opportunity to respond in that, you know what? We're all Americans here. And if you are here legally, absolutely, then we need to come together and we need to pass good laws for enforcing the laws.
Well, perhaps the Native Americans should have passed laws against your ancestors.
All right, let's talk about the past laws again. Let's jump to verse 1 in Micah 2. Micah 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And that is what these people are doing, using these so called laws to make wrongs seem right. It is not your land, it is not your country, it is not your people place. And no matter how much law you think you can pass and say, oh, this is the law, doesn't make it right morally. You are a bunch of thieves, a bunch of murderers, and a bunch of rapists, and you are going to be judged. You know why? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai does not him not forget. You touch your apple him eye, and he's going to punish back all you people. You're going to face the judgment very, very soon. And with that, I want to wrap up and say again, Kalalal Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, and to you out there, Shalom.